What's up, rock stars? It's Rox coming to you today with the review for The Chi season. What is it? Season 3, episode 3. So let's get to it, shall we? All right, you guys. So the show opens where it ended last week, which was with Kev, Papa, and Jake at Nook's house. Remember, Nook had then pulled the gun. Was that Nook? We wasn't sure if that. I think that was Nook. Anyway, he had then pulled the gun on Kev, and Kev was like, I ain't afraid, and I'm not going nowhere until I know where Keisha is. Nook ain't playing. He about to blow Kev's head off, and Jake tell him, you know what, we need to leave. So after they talk Kev down, the boys leave. But Nook actually is impressed. I mean, at least a little nigga got some hort. Now, Kev and Jake are at school the next day, and they cut school just so that they can run out and meet with Trig and his girlfriend out in the car. When they get in the car, Trig was like, what's up? Like, why is he even here talking about Kev? And Jake was like, his sister is missing. Kev said, my sister Keisha supposedly is seeing this dude named Nook. And he's part of the 63rd Street gang or whatever the name of the gang is, and want to know if Trig knows the guy. Trig was like, no, I don't know no nigga named Nook. All gangsters don't know each other. And I don't even think you guys need to be fooling with this damn Nook person anyway. I mean, just the name alone let you know there's something wrong with him. Everything that he says to the kids is nigga this, nigga that, nigga this. Finally Kev can't take it. Nigga, quit calling me nigga. I'm trying to figure out what the fuck Trig's so damn irritated about. Anyway, the girlfriend was like, well, let me see a picture. Okay, so Kev shows her a picture of Keisha, and she was like, oh, she's pretty, you guys look alike, same mother and father. I was like, who the fuck asked these kind of questions? Who writes these things? The same mother, and why does it matter at this point? I was annoyed with that line. That got on my nerves. Shit. Anyways, you guys, Trig, now that his girlfriend seems interested, he says, all right, give me 24 hours, see what I can do. So Kev and Jake, they on it. They trying to find Keisha. Papa is, got the blooming love of him and the little girl. What's her name? Start with an M. I can't think of her name right now. But anyway, Maisha, I think it is. Is it Maisha? Maybe it's not. Anyway, he gets her a breakfast burrito. Okay, you can definitely see love is in the air. I said, this is cute. I'm telling you, if them kids got their own show and they got rid of this whole shit, The Chi, I'd be fine with it. The kids actually are very entertaining to me. Both, all three of them, Jake, Kev, and Papa. But anyway, you guys, later on we see Kev and Jake in class. You guys know that they're not in the school with Papa no more. So Papa's on his own over there with his girl. But, Jake is talking and Kev is trying to tell him to shut the fuck up, and not get in trouble. There's a cute girl that's sitting next to Kev that got Kev's eye. Jake don't care nothing about old girl. So when she looks over at Kev and she says, do you know any French? And Jake says for Kev, I know French kissing. Kev was like, will you shut up and not be embarrassing me? While Kev is chastising Jake, the teacher was like, Kevin, would you like to give us a summary of what you guys have seen? They're watching something on the French Revolution. Okay. And so Kev, all he knows is can kind of remember a little bit about Marie Antoinette. Let them eat cake because they was hungry or something like that. And Kev wasn't paying attention. Okay, well, the little cute black girl to the rescue, she actually summarizes it quite nicely. And the teacher's impressed. See, you guys need to be like the cute little black girl, okay? And y'all need to listen to what she just said because this is going to be on the test, okay? So when class is out, and Kevin and Jake are at their locker, Kev is telling Jake that he be doing too much. And he's like, I don't care about these crackers up in this school. He don't really care. Okay, while they talking, here comes a cute little black girl. And she basically goes off on them. Listen. Okay, y'all need to act like you have some fucking sense. Okay, it ain't that many black people up in here. We need to represent like the people that we are. Okay, you cannot just be excellent. You got to be exceptional. Okay, you got to stand out way more than you do. And y'all acting like some damn stupid ass kids up in class ain't helping me or you. Okay, she looks at Kevin. She says, you need to act like a king because you are. All right, and she walks away. And that made Kevin feel good. Okay, Jake can't be bothered, but Kevin, that Kevin want to be in love so bad. He's so cute to me. Now, later on that night, we see Trig and his girlfriend. They go over to Nuck house. Okay, we gonna see if Keisha up in here. Fuck it. They knock at the door. As soon as old boy come and open the door, they bust in, guns blazing, or not blazing, but the gun is out, or the guns are out, I should say. They go in there, and there's a whole bunch of fucking people up in there. For whatever reason, everybody freezes when they see Trig and the girlfriend. And look, we up in here. We need to find out if Keisha is up in here, if y'all know anything about Keisha. Okay? Nuck say he don't know shit about Keisha. Keisha not there. If you don't mind, we gonna have a little look-see around to make sure. So we see Trig's girlfriend going from room to room. She is trying to see if she sees Keisha. She don't see Keisha, but she see people doing drugs in some room. She see some people fucking in another room. Look like somebody playing video games in another room. There's a whole bunch of shit going on in this house. Okay. When she busts into another room, she sees that this guy is having sex with this girl, and he is beating up on her. Okay. She looked like she's in pain. She looked like she don't even really want to be having sex, so she actually looks like she's being raped. And when the girlfriend sees that, she pushes him off of the girl, and she pulls her gun on him like she gonna blow his head off. And Trig come in there. He's like, what the fuck you doing? That we not here for that. We not here for that. Look for Keisha. That's it. We don't need no extra problems. All right. But of course you can tell that the girlfriend is triggered. Y'all see what I did there. But she's bothered by the fact that what she saw, obviously, it brings back some bad memories for her. Now, we see Emmett and Tiff. They're trying to get their story together because they are planning to move in with Jada, Emmett's mother. Okay, make sure you get your shit together when we go up in here. They got the baby in the stroller and everything. So they go in there, and they sitting across from her, and they feeding her some bullshit story about why, they want to come there and all of that. Jada's just looking at them like, okay, and when are you going to tell me the truth? Emmett was like, I'm just trying to make some things happen, and it's just hard right now. She was like, well, tell me that. Okay, don't be lying to me. All right. Besides, there's so much shit going on in Chicago right now. I am a little uncomfortable living by myself. So maybe, this will be good that you guys move in. So that's fine. You can do that. 2 months. Don't make that shit longer than 2 months. All right. Secondly, don't take no long ass showers. All right. Third, ain't nobody selling no weed or shit out of this apartment. You can't smoke weed up in this apartment. And fourth, clean up behind yourselves. Okay. If you guys can do all of that, then we should be fine here. So now Jada, who went through all of that trouble to get away from Emmett last season, now she right back with Emmett, plus baby mama and baby. Still don't know what happened to that other one. I guess we just gonna assume that she ended up not having that baby. Anyway, Jada goes to work. You guys remember that she's a nurse. So she's seeing a patient, I should say, with her mother, and the mother notices that they have a flyer in the background, the missing flyer for Keisha. Okay. And the mother's like, it's so sad what happened to that girl. And when the little girl that's being seen by, well, not little girl, she's a teenager that's being seen by Jada, she looks up at the picture. She kind of giggles to herself. And Jada was like, wait a minute, what's this? What's this? Why are you giggling? Do you know her? And she was just like, we used to date the same guy. And Jada was like, well, do you know anything about where she might be? And the girl says no. She says, okay, well, if you do, ever find out anything, please let me know, because they're trying to find her. So while they're talking, the door kind of opens, and you see it's this white doctor that's about to come in, but then he sees him and he closes the door. So after the patient and the mom leaves, Jada goes out and she's talking to him. She's telling him, you need to be more careful. Like, she might not have had any clothes on. The guy seemed smarmy to me. I was just like, ugh, but he was just like, oh, I apologize, and you should let me take you out for drinks, so to show my apology. And I was just like, is this how? First of all, if I'm annoyed with you for busting in on my client like that, like, you should not be trying to take me out to dinner, like, or for drinks, And she was like, so you want to take me out for drinks, And he was like, just as friends, it's nothing else. And the whole interaction between her and the doctor just rubbed me wrong for whatever reason. So, but she seemed to be, that Jada needs her, Jada need her, some loving. So she seems to actually be softens when he asks her out for drinks just as friends, So she was like, oh, okay, maybe we can do that. I was like, girl, you want a man that bad, huh? Now let's jump over to Emmett. So Emmett is at work, during the day with Sonny over at Sonny's place, and he's in the back doing whatever he got to do. And we see Lala. What is her character's name? I ain't heard nobody say her name yet, so I don't know it. But Lala come in with her bad acting. So I said, I used to think that this girl could kind of act, but she's horrible. She come in and she want to order her some food. She wants some fried chicken and, she want this and that. She said, you ever put, soak your chicken in buttermilk first? That really makes it, jump off. And Sonny was like, no, I don't do that. And I don't need to do that. Okay, who the fuck asked you how to change up my chicken? My chicken is fine, So Sonny is fussing at her, and Emmett realizes that it's Lala out there talking to Sonny. And so Emmett comes out like, wait a minute. Sonny was like, listen, it's always something with you damn kids. Them kids always want to fix what ain't broke. I've been selling chicken here for years and years and years. People been coming here, ain't had no problem with the chicken. Now you want to come in here trying to tell me how to cook my damn chicken. Okay. And Emmett is trying to calm Sonny down. And he was like, get that girl, make sure she nowhere close to my damn kitchen. Oh, this is a problem now, considering Emmett and Lala got a little thing going for after hours. So when Sonny walked away, Emmett was like, why are you here? Why are you making things more difficult? Let me run this. And she said, I thought that we was partners. I don't know why you thought that you the cook, girl. And we see that she's the cook later on when she's working like a fucking slave up in that kitchen all night. It's the first night that they open. They got a long ass line out the door. People is ordering 2 and 3 slabs of ribs and big ass dinners. And it's taking 40 minutes for people to get their food. And folks been sitting around irritated and all of this. Well, it's only one person cooking all of this food. I mean, why did we think that this was going to work out okay? Everybody fussing at Emmett. Emmett go back to the fuss at Lala. Lala said, damn it, I can't do all of this. Fuck, if they want to stand in line for some damn tennis shoes, some J's, then they can stand in line for some food. They can wait. All right. But obviously that ain't gonna work. Emmett was like, well, do you need me to come back here? Hell no, nigga. We don't need you coming up here fucking up the recipe. Okay. All I know is I'm gonna handle this tonight. And then tomorrow, when we do this again, you're going to have to get me some help back here. Emmett says, okay. But really, 3 fucking slabs of ribs? I'd have told him we can't do 3 slabs. What the fuck you think this is? I don't give a damn if you feed. Nigga, go to McDonald's where they got an assembly line of people doing that shit. Don't come up in here with that mess. Child, I was annoyed with that too. Now, let's jump over to Nina and Dre. So we actually saw Emmett and Dre and Nina. They're out in the neighborhood. They are passing out flyers, trying to find Keisha. People are really nonchalant, don't really care. No, they don't know Keisha. No, they ain't really seen them, not really paying attention to Dre, Nina, or Emmett. And it's getting frustrating for them. Nina, feeling defeated, is walking down the street, and then Tracy sees her and was like, excuse me, is this your daughter that's missing? And Nina says, yes. Okay. Well, remember how broke down Tracy has been in the last 2 seasons? Well, honey, Tracy has got some strength with her now. Okay. And she tells Nina that it's going to be very, very difficult. I know you feel really bad. Nina says she does feel bad. She feels like it's her fault. She's the mother. She should be the one that protects her child. But Tracy is letting her know that you can't always be with your child 100% of the time. Okay. It is definitely not your fault. But you need to let me help you because, the police don't give a fuck about our kids. Okay, now Tracy is cursing at her, which I'm a cursor, so I get it. But you don't really know her. So if you trying to, get somebody to get on your team and understand what you trying to come with, are you going to really be cursing and shit at them like that? So I was just like, first impression, I would not have been impressed. But, Tracy was like, they ain't going to, find our kids. You need to let me help you plan to find her. So evidently Tracy has this organization that she has gotten together, and it's called ROC, Remembering Our Chicago Kids. So she comes over to Tracy goes over to Nina and Dre's house because she just wants to explain to them what the organization is about. Now, Dre ain't really feeling it. And I'm not really understanding why Dre is so skeptical. I mean, you would think that anybody would want the help But it might be because Tracy is cursing and everything. Like I said, I wasn't impressed with the way that she was speaking. But, Tracy is mad and she's, angry at the fact that, Chicago has failed her son. So she's, understandably why she would be angry. But you know what I'm saying? So anyway, Dre is sort of skeptical. Nina's trying to listen. Tracy ends up inviting them. You guys need to come to my meeting and see how we get down. We the only ones that's going to fix shit around here. It doesn't even seem like the same character. So again, I was just like... Anyway, they go to the meeting. Dre still seems to have a little bit of an attitude, but she's sitting with Nina trying to be supportive. It's a group of women there. I'm assuming all women who have lost their children to violence in Chicago. Tracy is talking to the group and telling them how, they need to care about Keisha the same way they care about all these other kids that have come up missing or have gotten killed in Chicago. And we need to make sure that we stay focused on the vision of getting Keisha back. So she's telling this to the people there, and everybody there looked like they got an attitude. One of the mothers was like, well, how do we know that she's even missing? Nina was like, excuse me? I know about your daughter. Okay, everybody knows, basically they were saying that she was a hoe and she's known around the town of being a hoe. She loose, she out there or whatever. All right. I was just like, well, damn. Nina was like, you got the shit wrong about my daughter. She is not no hoe. She don't be out there like that. And, I look at her Instagram all the time and they was like, we ain't talking about Instagram. We talking about Finsta. And on there, she got all kind of shit that's not becoming to a young lady. Well, Nina, of course, and Dre don't know nothing about this. So it's getting bad, as Nina is trying to defend her daughter. Dre is getting, her hackles is rising too. And, two mothers over there is like, yeah, she, we know your daughter, we not about to spend all our time trying to find your whole ass daughter. Okay. Tracy was like, wait a minute. Why our kids got to be saints? Nobody said that our kids are perfect. Okay. That still don't mean that we're not supposed to care. Dre was like, thank you, because didn't your son rob a store before he got killed? So everybody get to arguing, and Tracy is just like, no. We're not about to argue, because all of our kids are all of our kids. All of our kids matter. So she's trying to calm Nina and Dre down, but of course, Nina and Dre, now they mad and they ready to go. Tracy's trying to stop them, but no, damn it, we leaving. Tracy says, okay, well, wait, before you go, we're going to have a vigil tonight. I really want you guys to come. Dre looks at her and was just like, no, we good. How you making the decision for Nina? Okay, I was Dre, girl, you done been the stepmama for how long now? And it looked like Keisha ain't even like you, so... Anyway, while they leaving, one of the girls was like, yeah, go on, make sure you check out that Finsta. Now, let's jump over to Ronnie. We see Ronnie, he going through the trash can. It just breaks my heart to see him doing this. Like, it just does. While he's going through the trash can looking for his recyclables, he finds a flyer of Keisha's. Now, he folds it up and puts it in his back pocket. And I was just like, what are you about to do with this flyer, Ronnie? Either that flyer is going to help you or somebody going to find it on you and think something else. So I was like, I don't even know if that was a good idea that you took that with you. But anyway, he gets his recyclables together. He take it on down to the recyclable place. Okay. And old girl is still hot and heavy up on him. He's still trying to give it a brush off. No, I'm not interested. My life is kind of complicated right now. And she was just like, nigga, I know you homeless. I was like, girl, you really got to be desperate if you trying to give out cooch to somebody who is homeless. Like, how tough is times when you can't a nigga that got a roof over his head? You got to be hitting on the homeless man that's coming in your place trying to get some money for where the fuck he about to take you? She was like, I know you homeless. I just wanted to, I was just trying to give you a little bit of some of this, And Ronnie says, oh, there's nothing better than pity pussy. She was like, you better ask somebody. Now, later on, we see Ronnie. Yeah, this homeless thing ain't really good for him. He don't do this too well. He running down the street. He got his basket. There's some kids following him, and they beating him up. I'm not sure why they're beating him up, but they're beating him up, He runs in front of a church, and right in front of it, storefront, they are beating him up. And then all of a sudden, here come the pastor running them off. Y'all kids, y'all go on somewhere. He sees Ronnie all beat up on the ground, so he brings them inside. Well, that's Papa's father's church. And Papa's there, and he was like, Dad, do you know who that is? That's the person that killed Coogee. And Pastor Dad was like, and he is a child of God. And Ronnie needs his help. So he sits down with Ronnie, who's all beat up, and he's trying to help him, soothe his scrapes and bruises and everything. And he's asking Ronnie, did you know those kids? No, I didn't. How'd you end up like this? Ronnie don't know how he ended up this way. Or actually, he does know. But that's neither here nor there, Pastor asked him, did he ask for forgiveness from God? Because that's always the first step to healing. And Ronnie sits there, depleted, defeated, and he says, I don't think I know how. Pastor says, well, the first thing you got to do is you got to forgive yourself. Have you done that? No, I guess not. Well, let's start there. And maybe Pastor Daddy can help him with that. So now we see that Pastor Daddy is trying to help Ronnie. We see at one point Pastor's trying to give Ronnie some food. And, Ronnie was just like, no, I don't do handouts. He's homeless because of a choice to be homeless. It's not because some shit happened and, he found himself down on his luck. You don't need to convert me. Pastor was like, oh, I'm not in the converting business at all. I ain't got a heaven or a hell to put you in. All I got is the road map, okay, to get you there. And you figure out a way to save yourself. Ronnie said, well, now that you say that, Pastor, maybe I could stand a tour guide. So maybe he might take him up on that offer, especially when he goes to see his grandmother. So his grandmother is still alive, okay, but she is in a nursing home, and it's very sterile looking in there. It almost looked like a fucking jail. I was like, damn, everything is just so concrete looking. Anyway, Granny is the same, but her memory seems to pretty much be shot now. But still the same mean, miserable, surly woman, always complaining. Ronnie is there trying to help her. She was just like, who are you? I'm your grandson. No, my grandson was a war hero. I was once. Oh, nigga, you ain't my grandson. She fussing. She don't want to have nothing to do with him. Where's her damn remote, so she can watch her TV? She need her batteries, the same granny that she's always been. She just don't remember Ronnie. And of course, Ronnie feels bad. Okay, but that grandmother ain't never been nice. She started to get a little act right and nice in her last season when Jada was around, but no. Now, let's jump back over to Dre and Emmett and all of them. So Emmett brings some food over to Dre and Nina's house for Dre to eat, and it's good. I said, that's because Lala cooked it. But she's impressed. Anyway, she wants to talk to Emmett. Hey, do you know anything about Keisha having a Finsta account? He looks up at her deer in the headlights, gives himself away, but he acts like he doesn't know anything about it. But Dre was just like, you're not gonna get in trouble. Do you know anything about it? He says, no, he don't know nothing about this Finsta account. But the way he reacted, he obviously knows. Back at the house, Emmett and Tiff are arguing. All right, it's the next morning. Tiffany got to go to work. Well, she sells weed, but she still got to go and do her work business, and she can't sell it out of the house, remember? So they arguing and yelling, and Jada is early in the morning, so Jada is just like, what the fuck is going on? I thought we already said that we was not going to have no drama up in this house. So she goes in there, and they're arguing over the fact that Emmett is supposed to be taking the baby to school, and Emmett was like, I'm tired. I've been working all damn night, okay? I just need to get a little sleep. And she was just like, I'm tired too. I'm a mother. I got to always be tending to these kids, but I gotta go. He was like, you fucking sell weed. Why can't you be late? No, she has to be on time. Okay, so while she's arguing with him, Jada says, you know what? I will take the baby to school. And Tiffany was like, see, that's the whole thing. Okay, the nigga's trifling. He don't do what he's supposed to do. He's supposed to be the one to take the boy to school while I got to go to work. Now he's saying he not going to do it. So now you come swooping in, saving the day, and he still gets to be the trifling person that he is. So Jada was like, oh, so it's my fault that he's trifling? I'm thinking to myself like, yeah, you enable him a little bit. Okay, especially with letting him move back in when you were so stern. I mean, I understand he has a family and everything, but yeah, Jada, maybe you have helped Emmett become the monster that he is. So Tiffany is mad at Emmett. Emmett seems to have, he seems to realize what Tiffany is saying. So he says, you know what? I'm sorry. I apologize. for not taking the baby to school today. I will take him tomorrow and the rest of the week. Then they both apologize to Jada for arguing in her house all early in the morning, and Jada does accept, but Jada was just like, no more of this shit. This is not what I signed up for. So, everybody feels better about it, I guess. Tiffany goes off to work, and then when Tiffany leaves, Jada confronts Emmett, says, look, what's up with this Finsta account that Keisha has? You know anything about it? He says, no, he didn't. She says, yes, you do. I've seen you look at that shit before. Okay. If you have some information about her Finsta account, then you need to tell her parents, tell her mom and Dre, because they're worried and it might be a matter of life and death. And he says, well, mom, it's just some stuff that they don't really need to see. She said, it does not matter at this point. Even if the little girl is out there hoeing like that, if it's going to save her life, then, so be it. So you need to tell him what's up. So he goes onto the Finsta account and he pulls up this, the information, and he gives it to Jada. So Jada takes it over to Dre and Nina for them to see. And they're appreciative. Thank you for that. And when Jada leaves, they look on the account and it's all kind of shit that you don't want to see your child, especially your daughter, being involved in. Okay. And so now Nina is really upset. She can't believe that her daughter is doing this. Dre is like, look, she's young. Young girls do dumb shit. We used to be that age at one time. Nina's just like, but still, it's not the same. Like, I can't believe, I go to work, I come home, I be tired, she has no idea what her children are doing, so she's feeling bad about that. Dre was like, look, I don't give a fuck what is going on her Finsta account. She could have had a dick in her mouth on a picture in there, and I still would say she's worth looking for. She is a little black girl that's out there missing, and she deserves everybody to look for her, whether or not she's been that way or she's just been a saint. Nina's still going on and on like, you don't understand, I'm her mother. I taught her better than this. She knows better than this. And Dre's still saying that don't matter. It doesn't mean that she doesn't deserve to be looked for. Listen, I understand what Dre is saying, but I also, as a mother, understand what Nina's saying. I would be heartbroken if my daughter was in some shit like that, but the thing is, you can't tell what your children are doing out there. I mean, even my own kids have shocked me with certain things, and I'm just thinking to myself like, oh my God, like, I know that you know better. A lot of times kids are going to do what the fuck kids want to do. So I understand the guilt that Nina's feeling, but I also understand that Dre, because she don't have that emotional connection to Keisha the same way that Nina does, that I think that Dre just needed to let Nina process her emotions, come to that same conclusion, but also be upset that her daughter is out there, being a way that she really wished that she wasn't. So I was frustrated because Dre was just so mad at Nina. Nina finally says, you can feel that way because it's not your daughter, it's mine. And that's the truth. Like I said, you guys don't have the same connection. Dre was like, oh, you know what? You are a glutton for punishment. I told you to wait. We shouldn't even have gone to that meeting with Tracy. We needed to do some research on it. But, oh, no, you wanted to go. You had to go, this, that, and the other. She's going off on Nina. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, this is not helping. Nina wants her children to be perfect. We all want our children to be perfect. Dre don't want to hear it. So Dre is just like, I'm not going to that shit tonight. Fuck that. But Nina says, I am going because I deserve to be there. And so Dre is pissed at her, I guess. So she walks out and leaves. When she leaves, Nina goes on to the Finsta account and she listens to a video that was done by Keisha on the day of the wedding. And Keisha's just talking about how she's never getting married. She's never going to give herself to a person like that. Just real down on the whole love thing. And it makes Nina feel even worse. Kev and Jake meet up with Trig and the girlfriend. They was like, well, did you find Keisha? And Trig was like, nope. She was not there at Nuck's house. And, Kev was like, she had to be there. Like, did you check all the rooms? Yeah, nigga, we checked all the rooms and she was not there. There's a whole bunch of shit going on in Chicago, and now you saying that she been missing almost a week. I mean, if you ask me, she could be dead. I know how these streets work and they not nice. Well, of course, that's upsetting to Kevin to hear. And Trig's girlfriend was just like, no, I really don't think that she's dead. You know, I can feel that she's still alive. And Jake says that he feels the same way. Back at Trig's house, we see that Trig's girlfriend is bothered still about what happened at Nook's house. You know, seeing that girl being raped like that. She wants to go back and do something about it. You know, Trig was like, no, this is not the plan. The plan is to get in, get Jake, get out. We can't, what you want us to do? Even if we was to go there and get all of the girls that's being raped and taken advantage of and all of that, what we gonna do with them? We can't feed them. We can't house them. She gets upset because she wants to be able to help. She just doesn't know how she's going to do it. And Trig knows now he loves his girl. So he's just like, okay. And then he sings to her. I have never been so much in love before. What a difference a true love made in my life. I ain't gonna give y'all the whole thing, but you know, they start playing What a Difference, and we see love might be in the air, not just for Trig and a girlfriend, but for Papa and his girl at school, for Ronnie and Recyclable Babe, for Jada and the white doctor. So with all of the bad that's in the air, there's still a little bit of love in Chicago. But back to reality. Kev's in his room, and he's feeling pretty low. Okay, conversation with Trig didn't go well, and he's pretty upset. Nina comes in there and says that she's about to leave for the vigil. And Kev said he doesn't want to go because what if Keisha is, you know, he can't even bring himself to say it, but we all know what he's thinking. He just says that he doesn't want to go. And Nina doesn't make him go. We see them at the vigil. And actually, they got a good group of people out there. Everybody has their candles lit. Tracy is up there talking, explaining to the neighborhood how, you know, their involvement is important, that Keisha matters, that we need to make sure that, you know, we look out for our Black children, that we find her. She's been missing for a week. She may not be found alive if she's missing any longer. And, you know, we got to get to it. You know, she gets Nina up there to speak on the microphone, and Nina is telling them how her daughter wasn't perfect, and she realizes that, however, that's still her daughter and she still deserves to be alive. She says how stressed out she is, even with her having the love of her life. We see Dre out there in the crowd. You know, Jada was like, why aren't you up there? And she's like, because that's her daughter, not mine. Okay. But Nina made sure to keep her in her speech to the people. Thank God for her wife. You know, Dre, come on up there. So Dre comes up there and she's still talking to the crowd. We see Ronnie also in the crowd. He's looking. There's some big, strange white man that's there. Okay. Real tall, got on like burgundy, like, you know, just sticking out. So when Ronnie sees him, you know, and the guy kind of looks over and he sees Ronnie looking at him. And then next thing you know, the guy starts to leave the crowd. Okay. Ronnie goes chasing after him, but doesn't catch up to him. And the guy is gone. Ronnie is just looking. Okay. And that's how it ends. Yeah, you guys, different show. What do you guys think about this episode, though? Let me know. All right, you guys, let me get off of here, get on back in the house, get this edited, and up to you. All right. Make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'm itsrox. The channel is for itsrox, and everything else I do will be in the bottom bar. All right. So I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, and I plan on doing the same. Till next time, rock stars. Bye.